Roger Stone here. Every day you wait, your money loses value, but gold and silver don't follow those same rules. American Sovereign Bullion gives you access to a nationwide wholesaler network, helping you secure aggressive pricing on real physical metals. Call 844-272-2428 now to get your free gold and silver guide to learn how to protect your wealth with physical gold and silver, delivered right to your door or with a gold IRA. Visit asbgold.com. That's asbgold.com for your free gold and silver guide today.
Sunday morning, Mother's Day. Well, with us today, calling in from the great state of North Dakota, Senator Kevin Cramer. Well, Senator, today is Mother's Day. What is the best present a mother can get on Mother's Day?
Well, John, that's actually a great question for the times, because one of the things that polls over the years and the decades have consistently shown is that for the mothers of America, the thing they want more than anything is a sense of safety and security for them and their families and their children, especially, and grandchildren. And, it consistently polls ahead of things like taxes and inflation and all kinds of quality of life issues. At the end of the day, they really want to feel safe and secure. And that, oftentimes we think of that and we think, well, yeah, they want good police departments. They want gangs off the streets. They want their kids to be able to go to school and be safe. But I think what happens with safety and security when you measure it, a lot of it has to do with how safe they feel, more than maybe even how safe they are. And with all of the things going on in the world today, with conflict in the Middle East, of course, with Iran and Israel and the United States, with war in Europe with Ukraine and Russia, I've got to believe that on a day like this Mother's Day, moms are saying, thank goodness we have a ceasefire in Ukraine, and thank goodness that the Strait of Hormuz is being opened by Donald Trump, and our arch enemies in Iran no longer have any chance of having a nuclear weapon. So I think it's, for the most part, while the world's a dangerous place and we always need to acknowledge that, I think moms today are feeling at least more safe and secure than they have for quite a while.
I agree 100%. I mean, the best present you can give a mother is the fact that your son or your daughter is going to be okay walking around in the streets or going to school and coming home from school or going to church or synagogues or religious institutions and being safe in those religious institutions and coming back again home safe on a Sunday afternoon or Saturday afternoon and having dinner with your family. Safety, that's the best present you can give a mother. And I spoke to a lady before, and I said, well, for those mothers that don't have children, well, let them respect their mother, because they would not be here today if it wasn't for their mother.
There you go. We all have one, and like some of us, of course, our mothers are gone, have departed this earth, but they're always in our hearts and our memories, and most importantly, they're in our culture. And yes, we think about them. We're grateful for moms, obviously, and for those people who maybe don't have a family or don't have children, I think even at that, women who nurture, women who take care of their communities, who work, they're all a mother to somebody, whether they're a biological mother or an adopted mother, or just an important symbol of motherhood to somebody. So the other thing on a day like this, I think about is the many, many mothers in America who have sons and daughters that serve in our military. And I would say with what's gone on lately, we always know that there's a risk involved with maintaining freedom in the world. But boy, aren't we glad that the sons and daughters of the United States are part of the most powerful and smart and capable military in the history of the world, and only getting better. So we think about those children, and we think about the moms that are serving these days with their children either with them at a base somewhere, or if they're deployed, they're back home. And we certainly say a special prayer for those moms that are serving not only their family, but serving our country.
I agree 100%. And Senator, President Trump wants to make the world, the free world, safe again, away from terrorism.
Yeah.
I think we're halfway to paradise. I've heard that song. We're halfway to paradise. And I understand that President Trump is meeting with President Xi of China, and I'm hopeful that the two of them want to create a more peaceful world and better economics for both of them.
So great point, John, because I think when you think about that historic trip that's coming up, the fact that these two men who clearly lead the two superpowers, that certainly the economic superpowers of the world, while the United States is only 5% of the world's population, we're 25% of the world's economy, you're 20% plus. Of course, China is 1.5 billion people that eat and they consume, and they too love peace. While there's plenty of things that we fight about, and they're legitimate things, and we need to always remember that about China, that they are a controlled economy by a communist leader who has a dictator's heart. But both leaders want the same thing at the end of the day, and that is for their community, their countries, their people to be safe and secure. And I think this is a historic moment, John, and it's another one of those symbolic things that moms across the country can watch and say, I feel better about this now. I feel better about our world. I feel better that we are forming a stronger economic alliance with an enemy. And when you look even beyond that, look back at the Middle East. Besides the bombing and the kinetic war that's been going on, or the skirmish, and now Donald Trump's got it down to a love tap with our arch enemy Iran. What you see happening is the rest of the Arab world is getting more comfortable with the idea that Iran will not be a nuclear power, and that Iran will not be the bully in the neighborhood, and they feel more comfortable having peaceful economic relationships with the United States, with Israel, and the more the Abraham Accords that get spread out among more countries. I think of Saudi Arabia especially. When those dominoes start to topple, you're going to have economic friendships. I always say, if you're doing business with somebody, there's a good chance you're not shooting them. And if they're a customer or they're a supplier, there's a good chance you're probably not fighting them, but rather working and collaborating with them. And so I think you're exactly right. I think this Mother's Day, moms can take some personal peace knowing that the country and the world are becoming safer places.
Well, Senator Mike Cramer, great state of North Dakota, thank you so much, and let's break bread someday soon.
I'm looking forward to it. In fact, I will tell you that my son and my wife and I are coming to New York. Well, we're actually going to Jersey because we're going to take in the speaking of the Middle East, we're taking in the Morocco versus Brazil. I guess Brazil, South America, Morocco, Africa. But we're going to take in that game in the World Cup at New Jersey. So we're looking forward to that trip. But let's do that. Let's find a time, and I'll come to New York City if for no other reason than to have dinner with you and spend some live time in the studio.
I look forward to it. Thank you so
All right,
much.
thank you.
Enjoy the Mother's Day weekend.
You too. Thank you. And thank you to all the mothers in America that are listening today.
Thank you.
77 WABC and Bergen Newbridge Medical Center honor the life of legendary broadcaster and our friend, Ernie Anastas.
Hi, it's Ernie Anastas. You know, your thoughts can affect how you feel. Bergen Newbridge Medical Center is the largest hospital in New Jersey, providing comprehensive, equitable, compassionate, and high-quality emergency inpatient and outpatient medical care, plus mental health services and substance use disorder treatment. The Bergen Newbridge team can address your total health needs in one convenient location. Call 201-225-7130 for an appointment or newbridgehealth.org.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment. Anyway, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.